When Nevada announced its 2026 schedule, Northern Illinois looked like one of the more intriguing non-conference matchups. A year later, the outlook has changed dramatically. For a program that stunned Notre Dame less than 2 years ago, expectations have shifted considerably. Instead of competing for conference championships, Northern Illinois enters 2026 simply trying to find stability. That lands the Huskies at number 10 in Nevada's opponent rankings. Northern Illinois never found its footing during the 2025 season. The Huskies finished 3-9 overall and 2-6 in Mid-American Conference play, ending the year near the bottom of the league standings. While injuries and inconsistency plagued the offense, the defense also struggled to consistently get off the field, resulting in NIU's worst season since 2020. The year proved especially frustrating considering the expectations surrounding the program after its memorable upset victory over Notre Dame in 2024. Rather than building off that momentum, Northern Illinois took a significant step backward. The disappointing season ultimately marked the end of an era. In February, longtime head coach Thomas Hammock accepted a position with the Seattle Seahawks, leaving defensive coordinator Rob Harley to guide the Huskies into one of the biggest transitions in school history. Although much of the spotlight has centered on the coaching change, Northern Illinois still returns several talented players capable of making an impact. Running back Telly Johnson emerged as one of the Huskies' brightest defensive pieces during the second half of 2025, showing the physical running style that has long defined NIU football. He rushed for 712 yards and 4 touchdowns on 124 carries, adding 16 receptions for 97 receiving yards, for 809 scrimmage yards. Johnson also led the MAC in rushing yards per carry with 5.74, ranking 31st in the FBS. At wide receiver, De'Ari Rogers is now the most experienced returning playmaker. The Lenoir-Rhyne transfer enters his final season expected to lead a receiver room that underwent significant turnover after 2025. He led the Huskies in receiving with 506 yards, 46 receptions and 3 touchdowns at wide out, while adding 43 rushing yards on 4 carries for 549 scrimmage yards. Another name to watch is Cam Thompson, who returns to DeKalb after spending last season at Mississippi State. Thompson began his career at NIU before transferring to the SEC, and the Huskies hope his experience can immediately elevate the passing game. Defensively, Northern Illinois faces perhaps its biggest challenge. The Huskies lost the majority of their top tacklers from last season through graduation and the transfer portal, meaning Rob Harley's staff will rely heavily on younger players and newcomers to rebuild one of the least experienced defenses in the Mountain West. The challenge for Harley and his staff will be rebuilding confidence while integrating new schemes and personnel. On paper, Northern Illinois probably has more raw talent than Middle Tennessee or UTEP. So why are the Huskies only number 10? Context. Few programs in the country enter 2026 facing more uncertainty. A coaching change in February leaves very little time for a new staff to implement its system before the season begins. The move into the Mountain West also presents a completely different weekly challenge than competing in the MAC. Then there's the lack of momentum surrounding the program. Northern Illinois ranked 131st out of 136 FBS schools in average home attendance during the 2025 season, highlighting just how much enthusiasm has faded after last year's disappointing campaign. While attendance doesn't determine wins and losses, it serves as another indicator of a program searching for renewed energy. The Huskies have enough talent to surprise people. They simply have too many unanswered questions to rank any higher. For Nevada, this game carries more significance than many fans may realize. The Wolfpack have spent the past 2 seasons rebuilding under Jeff Choate, and matchups against programs going through similar transitions often become measuring stick games. Northern Illinois isn't expected to compete for a conference title this year. Neither is Nevada. Instead, both teams enter 2026 trying to prove they're moving in the right direction. If the Wolfpack can earn a road victory over a fellow Mountain West newcomer, it would provide another sign that Choate's rebuild is gaining traction before conference play intensifies. These are the games bowl teams win. Northern Illinois still possesses the physical style fans have come to expect. The Huskies want to establish the run, play disciplined defense, and avoid mistakes. Nevada, meanwhile, appears much improved offensively after adding multiple transfer receivers, strengthening the offensive line, and bringing additional depth to the running back room. If the Wolfpack protect the football and force Northern Illinois to become one-dimensional, they'll have a strong chance to leave DeKalb with a victory. The biggest question entering kickoff will be how quickly the Huskies adjust to life under a new coaching staff. Northern Illinois isn't the same program that captured national headlines by defeating Notre Dame in 2024. The Huskies are entering a new era. After a 3-9 season, a coaching change, and an offseason filled with uncertainty, Northern Illinois appears to be a program searching for its identity once again. There's still talent on the roster. There's still a proud football tradition. But entering 2026, there are simply too many questions to place the Huskies any higher than number 10 on Nevada's opponent rankings. Opponent ranking number 10. 2025 record: 3-9, 2-6 MAC. Head coach: Rob Harley, first season. Biggest threat: a strong series of offensive weapons. Why it matters: this is the type of non-conference road game Nevada must win if it expects to reach bowl eligibility. A victory would also be a statement that the Wolfpack's rebuild is ahead of another program entering the Mountain West. Early prediction: Nevada 24, Northern Illinois 17.